boys, bitch, you better bow down. Crowd just wanna hear the show, start the countdown. Don't be messing around, we ain't chasing no clout. Better shut your ass up before we put your ass down. Might get lumped up, taking verbal bumps, chump. We don't ever bite tongues, always keeping it a buck. Danger we will, they gon' change the game. Bump Boys podcast, it'll melt your brain. Y'all don't wanna see the flame, so don't spark the match. We like rookie Kurt Angle, make your ankle snap. Three amigos like Eddie, but don't lie or steal. Only cheat when we gotta, but to win we will. Mike skills like Dusty, but go hard like Brock. I'm a stunner like Austin, dropping elbows like Mach. Y'all don't wanna see the finish, cause it's us on top. 1, 2, 3, get the V and get a warrior pop. Yo!
What's up, guys? It's Joe, Dan, and Will from the Bump Boys here. We have a special guest today. We got Jobo The BearGod helping out today with the podcast. How you doing, man?
I'm great. How you guys doing?
Pretty good, man.
Doing good, man.
Awesome.
So, me and you go back from, back in the day, pre-COVID and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was telling them about you, hey, this is a local rapper, does a lot of charity work for the community. Wrestling is inside of his music, and the community that I know that you have. It's a very strong community between wrestling and hip hop. So, give us a little information about you. Like, tell us how you became into, Jobo The BearGod.
So I started rapping 2011, 2010. I was rapping with my cousins for a little bit. Didn't really have much of an identity. Like, I was just kind of doing, just doing it to do it. It was something different. It was something, like, I love music. I've always loved music. So I just kind of did it. And fast forward a couple of years later, there was a collective that started. And I remember feeling some kind of way because originally I wasn't invited. So I end up kind of throwing a tantrum on social media, got invited. So that and being around that collection of artists kind of helped mold me. A lot of like the marketing and stuff I do. So like I was in this like 3-man group called Cuddle Bear Gang at a point, and it was just all 3 big dudes. We all, were kind of making music or whatever. So then when that fell off, I started doing the BearGod thing. And the whole marketing behind that was just like, it's almost like a superhuman, all bears into one kind of thing. That's kind of how I marketed it. And if you ever see the logo, it's literally all bears into one logo. It's just different aspects. So you'll have like the snout of a certain bear, and then like the mouth of another bear, or that kind of thing. So that's originally how it started. Now, a lot of my wrestling background is like Joe said earlier, it's really into that's how I do my music. Like yesterday with Triple H retiring, I showed a video that I did where I have a jean jacket and a sledgehammer from when he made his return, and he was doing like the jean jacket thing with the vest.
Madison Square Garden,
yeah. I never got the leather. But I did have the jean jacket kind of thing going.
You had that music video. I watched one of your music videos. You had the jean jacket with the sledgehammer.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. So I always try to pay homage to my art, man. Like, especially now that we're getting older, a lot of our heroes are either, giving it up, like, retiring like Hunter had to do, or, the passing of Scott Hall, who's in my top 3. So I really just try to pay homage through my art. I've been a wrestling fan since 7. Like, I was even yesterday, I was thinking about like the times where I used to get punished from my mom and just putting the towel out the door so the light can't come through, because she was like, you can't watch wrestling. You can't watch no wrestling tonight. And just put the towel out the door so the light can't come out. Because once 8 o'clock came on, it was WCW time.
Yo, that's a classic.
So
we used to do that too, put the towel under the door, y'all. I totally forgot about that.
What
shit.
You mean? What you mean? No wrestling.
So were you a WCW guy or WWE?
Yeah. I was WCW. I
Oh,
appreciated I was WCW. I appreciated WWE. I was while I was watching it during the time, I appreciated it more after.
Mm.
Like once I started like finding friends that were like really into it and going back and just kicking it and watching it with them, that's when I really started to appreciate it. It was just like, yo, this is a lot of cool stuff happening. Like, and then a lot because like, and we'll probably get into this discussion, but you notice like even like the dudes that were losing a lot back then were cool. You know, like so, but yeah. So that's pretty much my background as far as the art and the wrestling. Like I said too, you know, I've done hip hop for the homeless. That's one of the charity things that we do every year. Ran by one of my homies, Joey Bats, where he sets up different cities and we perform. And then, you know, the proceeds go to certain like shelters, things like that.
Yeah, I remember like hip hop for the homeless when because I met Joey when we were doing a fantasy football league, and he was one of those dudes like I don't know what as a bigger guy when you see other big guys you get that big guy energy. And
Yeah.
you kind of I feel like we were the three big guys in the group and we were able to own it, and I felt like it was almost like a nice energy between because it was like I understand him, you understand me, I understand you, you understand him, and it was like when he was telling me all these ideas like I'm doing this and this, it was like a light bulb went on my head. Like the hip hop for the homeless, that was just like one idea. He's like we did this and this, and me working with the community and stuff like that. It was really good to hear like how well ran and well operated it was. Because this used to go
Joey's
on
very
before
great
COVID.
Yeah. This past year was year 8.
Yeah.
We called it Kobe year. So yeah, I mean he's done a great job. He gets good like publicity with it, as far as like, he gets to use the news stations to promote it, things like that. Like it's a great cause. Like I was actually homeless a couple of months ago. So like it means a lot to see that people actually care about, you feel me? Like, cause it's easy to just go on and live, it's easy to go on and live your life like nothing outside of you was happening.
Facts.
So I give Joey a lot of kudos for that.
And the way it was operated was just amazing. So many people, spread across the Hartford County, and it was across Connecticut too, right?
Yeah, so it's across Connecticut. So yeah, it'll be like Hartford County, and then it'll be, the other. I don't know what do you. Pretty much all across Connecticut, just to keep that short and simple.
All right. Will, Dan, you guys have any questions that you guys want to get off your chest?
I'll let you take it away, Danny.
What are some of the wrestlers that you like? You said your top 5.
Okay, my top 5. All right. This is always tough because it always changes. I'm very like, what did I just watch lately? So I would say Stone Cold, Ric Flair, Scott Hall, The Rock. Who's my 5? Undertaker.
Okay.
Those are solid picks,
Undertaker.
man.
I got my question, yo. Who does the music like editing, or not the video editing, yo? Because I was watching the music videos, I was like, yo, the way they have it like shot and everything like that, bro. Like the editing style is tough.
So the editing, it depends on who. It depends on like I work with different people. So like the past 2 videos I did, I worked with this kid named Bonzo Raps. And he's a super fire rapper, but he does like the video thing as a side hustle.
Yeah.
So he's done the last 2 videos I did. The video with me with the sledgehammer, the same dude I was just talking about, Joey, he did that.
Yeah.
We kind of just shot that in his basement just to do it, because I wanted to get some content out. So that's what we did with that. But yeah, it's usually trying to think my other. Yeah, I mean, for the majority is Bondo. I will
It's
say.
Bondo. Okay.
Yeah.
What's that?
So if for top 5, me and Will always went back and forth on this. We made a whole video on our Mount Rushmore. So we got you, myself, and Will's. We never got Danny's Mount Rushmore. So Danny,
Okay.
if you had a pick, was it 4 or 5? We giving him?
Well, Mount Rushmore, there's only 4 people on it, so you only get 4.
Oh, so
Okay.
Danny, you get your top 4, man. Who's on your
Okay.
Mount Rushmore?
I'm gonna go Cena, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels definitely in my top 7.
He's top. I
He's
think
top 10 for
15
me. Top 10 for
Top
me.
10
Yeah,
for
he's
me.
definitely in my top 7. Like, it was undeniable. The stuff he was doing in the 90s, even when he came back from the back surgery, like, undeniable.
That man made like the lifestyle like crazy, like, you know, just popping pillies, you know, banging broads and stuff like that, and then, you know, going out there winning the world title again, and then just like for him it was like it's another day's work, which is crazy.
It's always funny to hear how he was living, because like behind the scenes stories also say like he was like one of the biggest punks too. So
Yeah.
it's always just funny to be like, yo, like he was moving how he was moving, but like you just gotta be in a certain kind of like vibe within yourself to just be like, yo, like if there's consequences, there's consequences.
So growing up, you were always WCW, and I know the NWO is like a big part of like your personality and stuff like that. You know, your dress code and stuff like that. You know, a lot of your stuff on social media. You know, it's usually, you know, Too Sweet for Life, stuff going on. So my question is like, what made? Because everyone has an opinion on what the NWO stood for. You know, what made you appreciate the NWO? Like, what gravitated you towards the NWO?
You know what's kind of crazy? So I was always a Wolfpack fan, right? I remember going to Hartford. They had a WCW show in Hartford when Ultimate Warrior first came back to WCW. Always a big Wolfpack fan. But what honestly really made me appreciate the NWO how I do now is the Bullet Club. Because I actually got to live that through them, like as an adult. So it really made me realize, like, all right, like the NWO is super influential to like what I'm enjoying now.
Okay.
As a kid, I can't really say I understood like the dopeness of the NWO. As much as like the Wolfpack was cool because it was like, yo, like, you know, they had the hip hop music, they had, you know, it was the red and black, it was the, you know, like then you're getting dudes like Sting to join, you know, like that was all cool. But to actually appreciate the NWO, it really took the Bullet Club for me to like really go back and be like, yo, like, nah, this was cool before it got saturated, of course.
Oh yeah.
Monster was on there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a quick little game. This is a game that we tried last time. It worked really well. We're gonna get the footage on this one, which is gonna be good. So Danny, we're gonna do the game, the word association game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have you come up with about, let's go 10 phrases,
Mm-hmm.
and then Jobo, we want your quick 1-minute explanation on. You can talk about anything you want on this one topic. All right.
Ready?
Okay.
All right. So Danny, mic is yours, bro.
Tribal chief.
Gotta throw that one up. You already know. You the ones.
It's awesome. Let's see. WrestleMania this year. WrestleMania 38. What do you think?
Slow build. I wasn't into the build at first. Now I'm kind of intrigued. I'm very excited at the fact that they are playing the
Emotions.
yeah, they're actually letting a story that's like this Seth Rollins story is great. We're not getting an answer because they want to build up something fast. They're literally it's a slow build. You don't know what's going to happen the next week, even though it's going to be Cody. Has to be Cody, right?
Unless he finds a way into Brock and Roman.
That would be interesting too. Now that would be interesting. Kind of the Thorn and Roman's like just a little brother that never just kind of the annoying little brother thing almost. That would be cool too.
Unless they've been screwing us the whole time with this Cody stuff, even though Jericho basically gave it away like last week.
Yeah. Shoot, I wouldn't be surprised if Jericho ended up back there. But yeah, so I think it's been a slow build, but it's I'm actually interested in watching it now. I think Kevin Owens is doing a great job with the Stone Cold thing because he's carrying it by himself. You know, you got to wait for the Austin clearly, but yeah, that's how I feel about it.
All right.
I'm back. AEW.
Oh, love it. We just went to AEW when they were out in Bridgeport.
Yo, me and Will were there.
Yeah, that show's a good show, man.
Yeah, I feel like the only thing that we missed out on were like a lot of the big entrances. Like, you know how every week, like you could look forward to like that
Punk
Adam
entrance.
Cole theme,
Yeah,
that Punk
yeah.
entrance.
We
Like
didn't get none of
I feel like that we didn't get any of that, and that was the only thing that was missing. But it was a great show.
Same.
Honestly,
Yeah,
they gave
that's
us Buddy
hilarious that
Murphy.
we said that, yo.
They gave us the Buddy Murphy debut though.
Yeah, we definitely got the Buddy Murphy debut.
But I want to see them entrances. Like, yo, at least give us like CM Punk or like you were saying, the Adam Cole would have been amazing. I thought that would have been an awesome little.
They gave you guys CM Punk, but with no music, which is crazy.
Facts. I was just
wow, which
crazy.
is just like, yo, like even if he did the rundown, like play the music, man. Like, yeah, but
give us something.
but yeah, I love AEW, man. AEW, it's such a breath of fresh air.
Definitely, the show it looks better too. Like I had to compare it to like Raw, SmackDown when I went to both of those. Actually, no, I've never been to SmackDown. No, I've been to a SmackDown. Yeah, it looks so much better and just like obviously it's smaller arenas, so like you can also just get like we got regular tickets and you just move yourself down and shit like that. And you can just get almost close to as much as you want. But it's just a different feel, different atmosphere as well.
More adult atmosphere.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. I was actually watching the DX video the other day where yesterday when Triple H got the girl to like show her you know. And I was thinking like, yo, if we had that this time, like the world is different, so clearly we probably won't ever have this kind of time again. But I was just like, yo, it was so hardcore back then.
Facts.
And I feel like AEW, crazy.
I feel like AEW would be like that crazy right now.
Yeah, I feel like AEW, if
feel like
the times were still the same,
Tony would just rip them. Tony would just let them be crazy.
Yeah.
Danny wanted to say Tony would just let them rip them tops off.
or rip a line of coke, but you know, to each your own.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do to get what you gotta get, I guess.
Yeah, right.
The dude sounds like he's on coke.
Tony Khan. You be just swell over hyped.
I got
yeah,
one,
they say okay.
I know my so it's not a wordplay, but if you had a rank, obviously you know as a rapper yourself, so where would you rank like John's obviously like the wrestling rap John Cena and someone like is it Matt Cassidy, right? Matt Cassidy from the Acclaim.
From the Acclaim. What's his name?
Yeah, Matt Caster.
Anthony Bowens and Matt Caster.
Yeah.
I mean, I think John Cena's album was absolutely fire. I think that's a low key classic. Like it probably won't ever be a classic in the true hip hop world. Facts, but like, it's a classic. Like that's a classic.
My tongue.
Yeah, like that's a classic. And man. Like, I think Max Caster is very good though. I think I don't know if he's like freestyling. I don't really put much emphasis on like, the whole freestyle thing, but I think it's super cool that he has it. It reminds me of the New Age Outlaws almost.
Yeah.
You know, where it's just like, I'm about to come out and I'm about to diss my opponent. And like, I think when they have their face run, it's going to be crazy.
Definitely.
Because they just have that dynamic.
Then next we got to get Jobo in there, send a little contract offer to AEW, be like, yo.
Man, I've been trying. Like, the thing is, I don't like produce.
Yeah.
But I would love to be on the theme song.
Like
There
I've heard
was
a lot
some,
of that Wrestle Flow guy. You know who's
yeah, like he's literally living my dream. Like he's literally living my dream, and it's dope. Like I seen him. I went to NXT a couple of years ago, and that's when he he performed Adam Cole to the ring.
Yep.
And it
I
was
went to that one.
Yeah, super cool. Because it's just like, yo, like you're just a rapper that like loves wrestling, and you got that opportunity just because, like,
The dude's
super
been
cool.
fired twice by WWE. That's the funny part. He got fired. They brought him back.
Yeah, but now I think he has a couple of themes at AEW. He has Sean Spears. What's that? He has somebody else's.
I think he's one of the girls. I forgot who.
Yeah.
I want to say, it's not Ruby. It's someone else.
I want to say it's like Layla. Is it? It's not Layla Hirsch or whatever her name is.
Yeah, now Layla got like
Serena
Deeb.
Deeb. Serena Deeb.
Okay.
Yeah, Serena Deeb. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, those are fire entrances though too. So, but
Yeah, man. Like he's the guy that you go to.
That is true. So I've had this question with a couple people. I've been holding off on a whole week to bring this up. So if you had to compare these two and give a definitive winner on the best wrestling theme song today, I think there's two clear-cut winners at the moment. On the left, you have WWE's Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief, for entrance music, and then on AEW, you have Chris Jericho's Judas.
Yeah.
Is there other than those two, do you guys think there's a bigger entrance music in the wrestling business right now?
We'll see in Punk, I think.
Yeah, you got to go CM Punk. Adam Cole, I would throw in there.
You know who's a sleeper? Yo, when you're at the show with us, the Jay Cargill entrance. Yo, when that blues jazz, when that jazz guitar, starts riffing, like the and like the ambient, bro. That it's like that shit. It reminds me. Yeah, it just reminds me of some like old school 2000 like Attitude Era,
like
type
some
shit,
jazz,
like some blues jazz. Someone just ripping the guitar, bro. It's so like fire and like her ambient, bro. I don't know. It's one of the most underrated, I think, entrances for like, and it leans
overall presentation.
It's really good. Yeah,
it's really good.
So who you guys giving the best entrance for? Best entrance music.
Music right now.
Take out the crowd. So
we're just talking like music.
Best wrestling entrance.
Man, Seth Rollins' theme is also a very underrated one, and I was very mad that he changed his theme.
No, but
I was very mad at first, but it's
great now.
I'm gonna be 100, yo. I don't like his wrestling. Shinsuke, bro. I ain't gonna lie, his shit. I fucked with his shit, yo. I don't fuck with Rick Boo's playing the guitar, but like, I mean, like entrance wise, there's so much you could do with it too. Because you could also have someone like, let's say you have like Jobo, you could also have him like rap the English version of whatever that dude that Japanese is rapping. Like, there's just so much you could do with that. Like, he has a really good entrance. And I remember when they changed it, I was like, yep, they ruined this motherfucker.
Yep,
they ruined it.
They wanted they did that purposely because he was his, and they didn't want anybody to sing along.
Well, I heard that he didn't want people to sing along. Yeah, I heard that he didn't want people. He's like, nah.
Yeah, it's clever. Yeah, I even think like the Rick Boogs thing. I think that's good enough. I think they need to just give him one big run, and then just let him go off into the sunset.
It was definitely
for me. I thought Roman's when I first saw his the first time with the new music, and I was like, "Yo, who is this?" Next thing you know, like Roman's coming out, and they had the graphics, they had the 3D and stuff like that. I remember I was like, this slaps. And then I saw Bobby Lashley's when they redid his music.
Yeah,
that shit blew up Twitter. That shit was clean.
Yeah, his is hard too. The only complaint that I have about Romans, and this is just me having a music ear, it doesn't hit hard like it should. Like, facts. I feel like, and I think it's a production thing. Production thing. Like, it just doesn't hit how other theme songs hit. Like, when that Seth Rollins hit, like, you feel it. I don't know if his theme songs hit, like, if his theme song hits like that. It's monumental, and it fits. but like I just wish the production on it was better. Like you could tell, like a lot of I don't know who's doing like WWE theme songs these days, but like a lot of them are super generic, and I feel like that was probably like the Roman one was probably their best one that they made. But the production of it sometimes just doesn't it doesn't feel as monumental as it should.
I got a question. Which song do you guys think that Cody comes out to?
I think he's going to use the one that he's been using. Yeah.
I think they should have like his prelude. You know how he has the prelude? He had the prelude in AEW. Have the prelude be Smoke and Mirrors. Have the prelude be Smoke and Mirrors, and then it turns into
Stardust shit. I like that.
Event.
I say start off as Stardust and then go into
Yo, just to get the crowd riled
like,
up.
woo,
Like
AEW.
What do you mean Stardust is coming out?
I got one.
But okay.
So we can keep it in the hip hop community. So out of all like WWE entrances that have been like very hip hop themed, you can maybe say a little bit Booker T, John Cena, one of my personal favorite, Crime Time, R-Truth. Out of all like the more hip hop themed theme song, what is your favorite that you would like to do a track on top? Like you could do your own rendition of it, and then obviously too, just what's the one that just hits for you the most?
One that I would want to like rap on. That's interesting because I don't think I have any hip hoppy ones that I would want to rap on.
Yeah.
My favorite hip hop wrestling theme is probably I kind of want to say the Wolfpack. Only because like hip Wolfpack or like R-Truth. I think R-Truth is like a genuine like bop. Like I actually nod my head to it.
Facts.
You know, like it's a good feel, like, and it gets the crowd into it. But like as far as like one other that I would rap on, geez.
I think he would kill a Booker T one, yo. I think he would if you like slow down Booker T's, because I know it's like if you just slow down like the Booker T one, I feel like when you could definitely do a rap on it, yo. Like if you just like
you use like a sample.
Yeah, definitely. It almost is like a sample of the little baby running down the breeze and then me when the dude was the I forgot the name of that song was like I just thought of like the Booker T shit. I was like I was like, okay, they kind of
my actual like dream theme to rap on is like, and it's an actual song, but the Evolution theme. Evolution theme that would be fine. The Evolution theme is like I don't want to say it's my favorite ever, but it's pretty much like one of my favorite themes ever. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite wrestling theme?
That you go. I want to say Stone Cold Disturbed, the Disturbed version of Stone Cold's theme.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun. But it was more grungy when when they were doing the WCW verse and he was still on WWE, he was still Team WWE, like the thing he had around that time.
Kind of like
it was like super like grunge. Because it just, you know, like, especially during his heel run when he was doing like a 2-man power trip, like, and he was just out here just beating on Lita and like, and the music would play after that.
That's
what?
Wow.
What?
Then he was stomping out the ref.
Yo, he was out here stomping out everybody. And he just had that look in his face, and that theme just fit perfectly. Like with themes for me, it's about presentation. Like it really has to work, you know, like it really has to work. And that's why I think that's also why Scott Hall was like one of my top guys, because no matter what theme he had, it always worked for him. Even his TNA thing was like super cool.
Yeah.
Or even like he was coming out to the Fugees when he did his ECW run, you know, like it just always worked. And that's why he was like one of my top guys, because presentation was never an issue for him.
Do you feel that that's one of the issues with WWE, where like there's not enough like creativity when it comes to like theme songs and just shaping? Almost,
Right.
it also helps to shape a character, so you also don't have these stars built with like.
Like
Yeah,
when they
right now. Yeah,
like when
right
they
now
changed Keith
WWE.
Lee's.
Yeah, man, that was a horrible mistake because his theme was the perfect theme. Bask in his glory. Like, why do you even mess with that? Like, I just feel like majority of these wrestlers, like even Ricochet, why do you change his theme? His theme was fine.
Yeah.
Shayna Baszler, why do you change her theme? Her theme was fine. When her theme played, it was like, okay, somebody's coming out here to like whoop ass, cool.
Facts.
You know, I think like there's too many generic themes, and you can't really tell. I know they say Vince is big on like the sound at the beginning of the theme, but like everything just sounds so generic. Like, hey man, just cough up money, like just because it makes your product better. You know, like
It's like the story behind Burn It Down. The part where
yeah,
Seth's original one, where Vince just didn't like the quiet part in the beginning. So he added
yeah,
Burn It Down.
and it's stuck. You know, but it's random. Like it's just like, you know, like it's stuck because we hear it every Monday. But outside of that, it's just random. Like, but yeah, man, I think they need to go back to investing in things or investing in these songs and or shoot, bring Jim Johnson back. Something just has to give because like it's hard for anyone to be invested. You know, like they're doing the whole Austin Theory thing, and it's like, yo, he's cool, but like his theme music is horrible.
Voodoo, yeah.
It's horrible,
terrible, bro.
So
It's like Rampage last night.
I didn't even see. I have to watch SmackDown and Rampage. I went to sleep super early.
Man, I'm gonna be 100. You can skip both of
You
those.
can skip both of those, bro.
Really?
Bro, Rampage
Jeez.
was it was horrible. Like it was like
The best part had to be the line about what Ricky Stark said to Isaiah. Isaiah Swerve. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna evict you from you. You've already been evicted from from one house already."
Oh, jeez.
But
man.
it was dog shit, bro. Dog shit. You can skip both of them.
Oh, okay,
Definitely,
well, I want
definitely
to
skip
watch
both
it.
of them.
Yeah,
So we should do
yeah,
a musical would you rather. So we always like to ask guests. Oh, it's gonna be a theme. Would you rather? So I know I'm gonna ask a couple like music questions from obviously WWE based or wrestling based. Or so would you rather? I'm not sure. Have you ever seen a Kane or Undertaker entrance in person?
No,
So
and no, I seen Kane's. I seen
You
Kane.
seen-
I seen Kane in person.
okay.
I haven't seen Taker. And when I went to Mania, he was. It was the one Mania that he just wasn't there.
Wow.
Which Mania did you end up going to?
The last one in Jersey,
Oh, okay.
and it was like 12 hours. So long,
Wow.
so long.
Okay.
Oh man, so now I can't even do that. That would I'm trying to think. Because those are the two that I missed. Obviously, I've been through a Kane one, but I haven't been through an Undertaker one, and that's the one I'm just like, yo, would you rather like?
Yeah, man, I haven't seen a Taker entrance.
Like that's what we're
prefer
talking.
Kane,
That's like
bro.
the golden. To me, that's the golden standard of entrances, in my opinion.
Yeah, man, like that's the golden standard. It's long as hell, but it's a great entrance. Like,
Roman's up there. Roman's up there for that long.
yeah,
but it's not
Roman,
as good. It's a different.
Roman has a
Kane-
different swagger with his. Like Taker, sometimes it'd be like, all right, like you did it, you're dead, so you're walking very slow. But like Roman has like a different strut. Like it's kind of like, okay, like I want to walk like that. Undertaker, you like, all right, like
It's part of the character,
But-
man.
yeah, it's definitely a part of what made him great.
It's that mystique, bro. Like
But yeah, never seen a Taker entrance.
So who's some influences you have for like rap, for like your rap, like people that you've heard when you're either a kid, teen, even now as an adult? Like who's some people that have been like influences?
As far as music,
Yeah, music, your style.
so I was a big Lil Wayne fan, like pretty much till this day. Since I was 15, big Lil Wayne fan. Big like 50 Cent. Who else? Like my musical palette is very diverse.
Mhm.
So like it's hard to really say it's hard to say influence without like really getting into like, you know, like I was a big Michael Jackson fan, you know, watching how he did certain things for, you know, like the Billy, like if he's I'm also big into live performance. So like his Billie Jean performances and how he would have the spotlight, the glove.
Yep.
You know, the glove would always, you know, shine in the, you know, in the spotlight, whatever, and the hat, like how he would just do things like that. And then I'm also big into, you know, like grunge, rock music. So like even when it comes to wrestling things, those are usually some of my favorite things because I like darker characters.
Definitely.
Because, you know, like that's kind of so like I'm big into like Deftones. I've been really big into Pro Jam the past 4-5 months. I'm finally like learning their catalog. And then yeah, it's like, you know, with hip hop, it's like Lil Wayne's, 50 Cent, Dipset. And I always loved Dipset too because it was a group. You know, like I'm a big faction guy. You know, like I like groups. I think the group dynamic is cool. I do think they're harder to maintain because there's so many egos involved. But
factors, yeah.
Yeah, you know, G Unit. Yeah, I like cliques. You know.
I hear that. So, one last question before we wrap this up. We always like to know what is that one match you could watch. You get one match. You get a you know, a VHS or a DVD, and it has only one match on it. What wrestling match are you putting on there, and why?
That has to be the Inferno match between Kane and Undertaker.
Okay.
It was just cool to see how dudes worked around being surrounded by fire. Taker taking that leap on the rope.
That was a beautiful,
how every time
beautiful spot.
How every time they would bump, the ring would just flame. Like it was super cool, especially for the age I was at when it was happening. Like you're just like, yo, how are these two dudes like the Kane and Undertaker story, one of the greatest stories ever in general. And then like to be clever enough to be like, yo, let's just put them in the ring surrounded by fire is like crazy. And I have a 1A to that, and that's the triple threat tables, ladders, and chairs with Edge, Christian, Hardys, and the Dudleys.
Yep.
That's another like super
greatest ladder match of all time.
Yep, and that's super. It's everything we see today. Like that's literally the reason why we see everything we see today.
All right, I love it. I think both of them are really good options. Both of them are really good, and I want to give you, you know, the last few minutes, you know, or last few moments to, you know, plug anything you want to plug. You know, where can people find you? You know, what's next for Jobo the BearGod? You know, the camera's yours, man.
Cool. So on my social media, I am Oso Dios all over the place. OHSODIOS. I don't know why I just had a brain fart. But that's Twitter, IG. I don't have a Facebook page because I just use my regular Facebook, I guess. That's Jordan Bowen, if it's that deep and you guys care. So like 2 other homies on here, if you guys got Facebook or IG or whatever, definitely you can talk some wrestling anytime. Joe already got you, so that's cool. My YouTube, Jobo The BearGod, my other streaming services, Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff, Jobo The BearGod. What else? I think that's it.
What's next for you, man? What you got anything planned? You got anything in the works that you want to be working on?
Yeah, so I'm working. So I dropped the 80s project in the summer of last year. I'm working on the second chapter, I guess you could say, of my project Hate. Still working on that. About to drop some more merch soon. I got Youth and Toddler hats coming. Because people been asking me for those. That's it. I think that's it. So I'm just chugging along, you know. I'm trying to balance everything.
I hear that, man. Well, thank you for giving us thank you for giving us your time. You know, we really appreciate it. And you know, we hope everything goes well with the music career and everything else. Uh Other than that, you know, it's good having you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. It's been cool.
No problem.
Time.
All right, man. This is the Bump Boys signing out.
Peace.
Peace.
Must bid you adieu, goodbye, mwah, and good night.